going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. G really loves me and we're gonna get married. Okay, I know I'm super late. I wrote myself up. I gave myself the pink slip. Stay tuned for my first review of Married at First Sight. Hello and welcome back to Locks, Coffee, and Convo, where we invite you to pull up and pour yourself a cup of what? Something nice and strong, and let's chat. I'm C. Nicole, and I'm here to do my first review of Married at First Sight. Okay, I know that they said that the revolution would be televised, but ain't nobody told me nothing. This show has been on 10 seasons. I never watched it. Not an episode. I didn't start and stop. I ain't watched it at all. So I am a Married at First Sight virgin, okay? No pun intended. So a subscriber, Dr. Lovey, awesome supporter, suggested that at the end of Ready to Love that I pick up Married at First Sight. She was so amazing, commenting, and I just love her. I said, well, I'm gonna give this a try. Okay, nobody told me it was gonna be 2 hours long. Nobody told me. 10 seasons, never watched. So I'm here. I watched it twice. And I know I'm super late. It's like 24 hours and episode 2 will be on. But I said, you know what? I'm going to put this up anyway. Hope somebody watched, because I'm new to this and I got a lot of questions. And here we go. So I liked it though. I liked the show. It gave me that serene, I kind of kept that smile on my face the whole time. So anything that kind of gives me that little... Now I'm side-eyeing it. I ain't gonna tell you no story, because I've been married for over 20 years. Met my husband in college. Dated for 3, 4, 5, 10 years. No, we dated for like 4 years before we got married. A spiritual person. I believe in the institution of marriage. So I'm kind of like, Married at First Sight? I don't know. But then I do believe in the wisdom of matchmaking. So I'm conflicted. So I'm here. I'm here. I'm here to discuss and talk about it with you. This season's cast is Katie and Derek, Jessica and Austin, Taylor and Brandon, Mindy and Zach, and Mika and Michael. I'm gonna try to get familiar with these names, you guys, I promise. First observation, the experts seem like really cool people. Again, I've never watched it. We have Dr. Pepper, who is a PhD of sociology. We have Pastor Calvin Robertson, who is a marriage counselor, and Dr. Vivina Cole, which is a marriage and family therapist. That seems pretty cool. Seem like people that would know. Now, first question I have is, I'm hoping that these people are vetted really well. Like, I think that I saw at the first of the show that they take them through 2, 3, 4 days of seminars and testing and interviewing and counseling. But I mean, if people gonna sign up to do this, we need to do the works. We need mental evaluation, physical evaluation. I'm needing blood work. I'm needing the whole 9 yards, because I don't want Lifetime to be liable for nothing. So I'm assuming that they do a really, really good job of vetting the people that they choose. This season's cast seemed very well matched. Of course, again, I've never watched the show, so I'm assuming that they do a pretty good job of at least taking everything that they have and putting people with people that really make sense. So, and it seems that way. The people this year are Derek is a cybersecurity engineer. Katie Conrad is a mental health professional. Both of them have divorced parents. We have Jessica is a nurse manager, and she has an identical twin, and she's matched with Austin, who is a network engineer. We have Brandon Reed, which is a sales manager, who is matched with Taylor Duncan, who is a research scientist. Go girl. And then we have Mindy, who is a figure skating coach. She's been matched with Zach Justice, who is a fitness professional. And then we have Mika Jones and Michael Watson. And I know Michael is a teacher, and Mika, I wrote in my notes somewhere else where she is, she's some sort of analyst, I believe. Sounds pretty good so far. Now, what I did observe is that these people seem to be a good physical match. Every couple seemed to be somebody that had a mirror of the person they've been matched with in some form or fashion. So I thought that was good, and that's probably how it is most of the time. I'm pretty sure they're not matching anybody with somebody that just, you know, when they look at the aisle and they be like, for real? This what we doing? For real? So nobody seemed to be that way at all. It seemed to be like you could see these people out shopping at the Home Depot for stuff for their house. You know, it all seemed to match really good. The show is in Washington, D.C., and I guess they take it from city to city, y'all tell me. But this year we're in Washington, D.C. The couples find out 2 weeks before their wedding day that they've been selected. 2 weeks. And that's good, though, I guess, because you can't back out there. Like, if I give you 2 months, you might start thinking too much. And we see that in one of the young ladies from the start with the 2 weeks. So definitely don't want to give them too much time. So they, you know, they find out, and then they have to let their families know, okay, that they're getting married. And now these families are a different breed, because where I'm from, these conversations wouldn't go the way they go here. But I'm happy. I mean, I'm happy for these couples. So first couple up is Taylor and Brandon. And Brandon, like I said, was in beer sales. And he says he's sociable. He's Mr. Never Plus One, I think is the way they described him. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to be honest with you. This is my next question about this social experiment phenomenon. I understand when people are exhausted from the process, you're willing to open up and try something different. And I'm all for thinking outside of the box. That is my thing. Let's think outside of the box. You can't always do things traditional or the same way and expect what other people's results are. I'm all for that. I am the creative, no color limit person. I'm here for you. I'm the biggest cheerleader of that. But when Brandon is like 26, good looking guy, like, do you think marriage at first, like all of these couples, they're still young in their mid 20s. This would probably make more sense to me for people in their late 30s, early 40s, mid 40s to 50s, because then I say, yes, you've tried everything, you still hadn't found the one, or maybe you found the one, found out they wasn't the one. So let's try something different. But if you like in your mid 20s, good looking guy, his grandma even said it, like, Brandon don't have no problem dating or finding. I just don't see that. But he says this is what he wants. So let's go with it. So he gets his family together. And baby, when I tell you now, I know that production and the way these shows work, these people know before the camera hits and they turn it on and we see what we see. I know they've already been prepped and all of that. I get that. But let me tell you, ain't Crystal's face, the Tatiana's AT face, it was everything. It gave me everything, because it started me right off on how I was thinking. Now Crystal might be from where I'm from, because she was like, she didn't even say that. It was just all this. She was just serving that. Oh, it was everything. His Granny gave him the stink eye, wrote down senior edition. She was like, really? His mom was extremely supportive, very supportive. She said if that's what he wants to do, then she's going to support him on it. And he said he was willing to take a chance. So I thought that was good. But baby, Grandma and AT was like, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, Brandon is Mr. Never Plus One. So that was who the name they gave him. Then we have Taylor, and Taylor says she's nervous. And Taylor is Miss Beauty and Brains. And she is a beautiful girl, research scientist. She got 3 hustles. I said they should have called her Miss Hustle. Because baby girl says she work her job, do Uber and Lyft, and does modeling for a bourbon company. Baby, she out there getting them bills paid. She Miss Hustler. We're going to call her Miss Beauty and Brains because she's beautiful, but AKA the Hustler. So, she is looking to eventually get her PhD, so she's very ambitious. She works 3 jobs. She likes to hike with her dog. And one of the things that stuck out to me was that she asked her cousin, so I'm not sure if the father's not in her life, but she asked her cousin to walk her down the aisle, and he was happy to do so. So that was a sweet moment. Her family seems very supportive. Her mom kind of had that like, this is what you're going to do. We gonna show up. We ain't gonna let you be embarrassed. That's kind of like what that's probably what my mom would be like, you know, we ain't gonna let you get up here and, you know. But the marriage counselor said that Brandon and Taylor were both ambitious and made the perfect couple. So we'll see. We're gonna see. The second couple was Mindy and Zach, and Miss Optimistic is Mindy. She's a figure skate coach. And Zach is a fitness enthusiast, or he owns his own fitness company, I think. So they have been paired together. Now, Mindy's story was a little bit more heart-wrenching because her family is not the supportive family. Her mother and father both said, ain't, hell no. No. But she was crying, and she was, oh my God, that was just like, you know, even if I don't agree with something, I don't think I could leave my family member out there like that, you know, because we family. So even when they do some stuff, but then sometimes I think parents feel like, you know what, I'm not going to support you because when this falls apart, then I'm going to need to be here to catch you. And so I think that's probably what it was. Like mom and dad were like, we ain't gonna support this because we don't really understand it. If it works out, we can come back in the fold later. But if it don't work out, we here. And we ain't got tarnished. So, but her sister is there. Her sister there and her baby, her older sister. And she told her, I love what she said up front. Said, you ain't even got to tell me. Whatever it is, I support you. You know, I support you. You my sister, so of course I support you. She comes from a very, her name is Miss Optimistic, and she just had a sister that died from an overdose. She had a miscarriage. So Mindy, to me, is in a place where I'm hoping this Zach match is good, because Mindy, they said Miss Optimistic, but she seems to be been through a lot, and that may be why her parents weren't willing to really just step up and support this, because they've been through a lot. And of course, when you lose a child for whatever reason, but then for something like that's a lot. So I can definitely understand, you know, the hesitance there. But she's, you know, she's willing. Her sister says she's gonna support her. She's gonna have a lot of friends to support her, so she'll be okay. Zach the hair guy. Everybody is calling out Zach. And Zach's hair is, I love a man with some good, thick, luxurious. I love it. I love it. I love my Caucasian brothers with they get put the mousse on it, and it just, I love it, honey. I love my African American brothers with some nice, luscious locks. I'm here for it. But Zach, they vet Zach well enough. What y'all think? I don't know. But he meets with his friends. We don't meet his family, so we don't know what's going on with Zach's family. It's his friends that he's telling about it, which may be also, that may be a good match, because her worry was that if I get there and all his family is there and my family is not there, you know what that's going to look like. But we don't meet his family. We meet his friends. And his friends is like, really? Then they ask him about the process and what he's thinking. And the first thing he says, well, if I get there, she walks down the aisle and she's not physically. And then when his homeboys was like, oh, he wanted to do this, like, that ain't what you're supposed to say. It ain't supposed to be about her looks. He wanted to say it like that, but he couldn't, so he kind of cleaned it up for him. But and Mindy is a beautiful girl. I think she's very physical. I mean, she's a figure skating coach, so very physically in shape and everything. So, but I don't think they vetted Zach well enough. But he here for it, and his friends say they gonna support him. So I just don't know about Zach though. Her sister said, you know, like another thing that her sister told her, Mindy's sister told her that you've done the typical and it hasn't worked. So she hopes that this way will work for her. And they are in their 30s. So I'll give them, because their window has spread out a little bit more. So she says she's tried it traditionally and it hadn't worked. So she's going to support her this way. She's very hurt that her parents are not going to be there, but the experts think that these two will work out because they're both ambitious and they have an entrepreneurial spirit, intelligent and driven. So we'll see. Got my good eye on Zach. We'll see. Our third couple is Katie and Derek. And Derek is a cybersecurity adventurous. He works in cybersecurity, I'm sorry. And he's adventurous. He says he's looking to do things that are on his bucket list. I don't know if marriage kind of fits on your bucket list, but okay. He's never truly been in love. Okay. So this is what we're going to go for, the grand. We just going to go big or go home. I'm with you, Derek. You know, I've never been in love, so I'm just going to get married at first sight. Okay. He says best case scenario, he falls in love for the first time and the last time. I like that. Okay. His mom is in South America and she's not supportive. She said, no. Never been in love. What you taking your butt on that show for? No, I'm not finna come way back from South America to be a part of this mess. No. And get your butt somewhere and sit down. But his dad and his stepmom is there. And his dad says that this is batshit crazy. But I'm going to be here for my boy. Because he my boy. That's my boy. This don't make no sense. But this my boy and I'm going to be there for him. His aunt said that Katie better treat him right. Dr. Pepper says that both Derek and Katie are mature. And they're our youngest couple. But she said they mature. Now, Katie is a child therapist. I do understand Katie's rush because she tells us or shares with us that she's a type 1 diabetic. And that the longer she waits to become pregnant, the harder it will be. So I understand, you know, when you deal with something in your life where you have some physical limitations, sometimes that moves up the calendar. So I kind of get that. Here go the problem with Katie though. Katie signs up for the program and all of a sudden her ex wants to be her next. Ain't that just like me? All this time, all this here been waiting on you. Now that you find out I'm finna be off the market, non-traditionally, but I'm finna be off the market, now you want to get with me. Her mama, though, I like mama. Mama is there to support Katie, and mama said that's some BS. Tell your ex to get on down the road. So I'm definitely there for that. Mama saw right through the BS. Because, you know, when I was wanting it, you didn't want it. Now all of a sudden I'm off the market. You want to get with me? Be gone. Our fourth couple is Jessica and Austin. And Austin is our mama's boy. Jessica is our keeper. And she has an identical twin. Y'all. Austin looks just like he walked out of an 80s movie. Y'all remember Fast Time at Ridgemont High? I'm an 80s baby. I keep trying to explain it to y'all. He looked like he just walked, he literally walked out of that movie, okay? He says that what his family thinks matters to him, mainly his mama. He even mentioned that his future wife should be someone his mama could hang out with. Okay. He says he's a romantic, and he looks like he is. And he loves his 2-year-old niece, and his grandma's reaction was everything. Yes. Yes. Every family didn't give me what I needed, but yes, grandma's reaction was everything. Mom is like rolling her eyes. We could tell Mama, Jessica, Mama gonna be a problem, but Jessica seems very laid back and very much a pleaser. So just from what we see in these first 2 hours, so it might be okay, but Mama gonna be a whole lot. Papa said it best though. Papa said she can't say you don't act like you did before the marriage, like you acting differently, because she didn't know you. His grandparents' reaction was everything. His family seems to be really, really cool. So I think that's gonna be great. Jessica said her twin, the one who started her on this, Jennifer, her twin, started her on the journey. She's a patient care manager. She grew up on a Christmas tree farm. I thought that was cool. Now, her brother-in-law was like, this is bad. He agreed with the dad. This is bad shit crazy. But the sister, the one told her to do it. But the sister didn't know she was going to get picked. Ain't that something? Does your family put you up to something, and then when it happened, they like, but they're gonna support her, and she asked her little niece to be the flower girl. That they brother-in-law said, you know, even though he didn't believe it, they was gonna support her. And they both, Austin and Jessica, both seem sweet and genuine. So I think to me, they seem like they really did a good job of lining up what would work. The experts did with the two of them. We'll see. Mama gonna be a lot, but we'll see. Then we have Mika and Michael. Mika is a category analyst. I knew it was some sort of analyst. I'm back in my lows. Mika is an alpha female. She says that she wants to be a female boss in 5 years. She was the second and mom's oldest of 5. Okay, I don't know where I got the second from, but she was her mom's oldest of 5 kids. She looking for a unicorn. Ain't we all? Sweet, ambitious, stable. She wants the whole 9. Side note, Mika's mama look like Mika's sister. I don't know when she started having babies, but it's just me. Mika look like they could go out to the club or somewhere together. Her mom was beautiful, very beautiful, but she looked, yeah. And the fact that that's probably what has driven Mika. Mika probably was a part of the parenting team. What y'all think? In their house. She got her family together, and I was secretly wanting them to be the ones that clown. Ain't that horrible? I had low-key shade. I was like, y'all could be the ones to take this over the top for me. And I waited. But nah, they support her. Her mom is all for it. She says that it was exciting and giddy. It was a great birthday gift for her. She wants her daughter to do what's best for her. And that's cool. That's cool. Mike is 31. He's an educational coordinator, and I love his story, his backstory. His mom died when he was 3, and she gave him to his aunt when he was, didn't write it down, but some months old. And his aunt raised him, and his aunt had a daughter, which became his sister cousin. He had dyslexia, which is what drove him to his career choice. I thought that was nice. He teaches yoga, and he will be the first person in his family to marry. Whoa. Whoa. What y'all been doing over there? Nobody wanted to try it. No, Mike, nobody wanted to just go down to the justice of the peace. Nothing. Oh my God. So I was like, ooh, okay. His sister says that it's totally crazy, but they support him. He pulled up some brown liquor. You can't help but support when you get a little that good, can you? Speaking of which, my brew of the day is McCafe. I want to get to this show so bad, I didn't even tell you what I'm sipping on. McCafe vanilla flavor. It's good, very good. So he pulled him up some brown liquor, had some friends as well as family there, and they're going to support him. His sister said that she always wanted that for herself, but she did want him to be honest in this journey. So I thought that was interesting. So I hope Mike is bringing his full self to this, or not wanting to be married so bad that he's kind of holding back some things that are important, because that Mika ain't gonna be one to trifle with, I don't think so. I want Mike to be all he's supposed to be, okay? Then the couples, after we get to, everybody gets the support, the couples go to pick out their dresses and tuxedos, and I didn't take detailed notes here. Jessica said that she is dreaming of creating her own love story, and I think that's what they all are doing. I like the way she said that. Basically, when you take this type of leap of faith, that's what you're choosing to do. You're choosing to write your own story. So they were picking out, Brandon picks out blue tuxedo. I thought that was fly. I like blue. That was fly, and he looked good in it. He's a good looking guy. He's a smooth talker. I got my good eye on Brandon. He said he done dated all kind, black, white, green, gray. He'll date a purple one if he can get to what he wants. So I liked it that. Mika took her mom and aunt and friends, and Mike took his friend. Mike said he wanted to wear something that made him feel a little dangerous. I was like, okay. All right. We'll go with that, a little dangerous. His friend says that he dances to the beat of his own drum, Mike does. And maybe that's what the sister cousin was alluding to, but that they supported him. Mindy and Zach. Mindy said it was bittersweet shopping for her gown, of course, because her mom is not there, and every girl wants her mom to be there when she buys her dress. I had my dress made, but my mother was there every step of the way. Basically, it was my mama's dress, and I wore it. Because she picked it out. So I definitely understand what Mindy says there. Zach says he looked it nice in that blue. Zach is a good looking guy. Zach. Zach. His friend says that they think it's insane. They still think it's insane. Mindy's friend says that she is spicy and sexy. Mindy's dress was very cute with the belt. I liked that a lot. Katie and Derek, her mom goes along with her and her aunt. Katie's still thinking about this ex. Okay, now we're getting to 2-3 days before the wedding. We gotta let this go, Katie. Okay, we can't make this be the issue, Katie. You hear me, Katie? Okay, but she's still thinking about it. She says her grandparents have been married for over 50 years, so I'm pretty sure she's looking. And a lot of these people on here have parents that are divorced, so I think that's very interesting too, that their model of marriage didn't work out, but they still would. Maybe that's why they're willing to think outside of the box and put it in the hands of experts. So that makes sense. Then the ladies meet up for a bachelorette party, and they meet up, and everybody's in white except for Mika, or buff, which Taylor is in kind of a shade of buff. I give her a pass, but Mika had her own thing going on, but she looked cute. That color looked good on her chocolate skin, so I was here for that. The men meet up for a bachelor party, and they just all kind of talk and everything. Derek is gonna be kind of our comedian. Derek said that Austin looked like a kind of geek, but cool geek, and that is what Austin gives you, that cool geek. He talked about Zach's hair. Zach's hair gonna have his own program. He may have a spinoff. Zach's hair. Derek, then we talked. Taylor said that she was not panicking. The rest of them were panicking, but Tyler said, Taylor, maybe you work too hard. Baby, you should be panicking. You finna marry a complete stranger. You need to be panicking. But she said she wasn't, though. Mindy said that she felt that her parents not coming was a bit of an issue for her. Then they got into the conversation about what's gonna happen on the marriage night. Some of them said they were open to, whatever happens, just kind of letting the flow take itself. A couple of them said, I think it was Taylor and Jessica, both said that they don't do one night stands. So let's see, that means Brandon and Austin. Y'all honeymoon gonna be a little bit different. But it's like you signed up to be married at first sight, so technically it won't be a one-night stand. But okay, I get it, you know, and I wouldn't feel comfortable marrying a stranger unless knowing sleeping with somebody I didn't know, but then I didn't sign up for the show either. So, but the rest of them said that, you know, they not setting no hard rules. They just gonna let it happen. Brandon said his main goal was to make sure that she was comfortable and happy. Okay, comfortable and happy. Zach says that Brandon is a smooth talker. Zach and his hair, you are exactly right. He's a smooth talker. Brandon, I got my good eye on you too. Then somebody at the bachelorette party thought it was a good idea for them to do lap dances. I don't. Moving on. That was, we could have skipped that. Katie then tells Mindy and Mika about this guy. And I'm going to need Katie to get it together. Like, we less than 24 hours before you get married. Katie, you needed to get that out you should have had a purge. Okay? Your mama done told you. And then even Mika and Mindy telling. Mika said it best. Mika was like, no, that's just like a man. Wait till the 9th hour and tell you he wants you. Well, if you wanted me, you should have let me know sooner. Forget you, okay? They gotta risk it all for love, they say. Mika likes beards, and Mike got a beard. Mike like natural hair. They straightened Mika's hair, but put a little water back on it, and it go back right. So that's no problem. So Katie has a nightmare the night before they're getting married, and she's up first to get married. Katie, let it go. Let that other dude go, okay? She's worried about it. And Derek is cute. So I think she's gonna be pleased. And he seems very easygoing, not intense. So that is probably good, because she's gonna need somebody who can work through this process with her, because obviously she ain't through it yet, and it's showtime. She ain't ready. So I feel like Derek would be a good mate for that. He doesn't seem that intense, so that may work out. But I think I'm here for this ride. Married at first sight. What y'all think? I'm new to the show, so I don't know. To me, the matches seem very good. I liked everybody. Everybody seemed aesthetically, they looked good together. Like, I could see them at the Home Depot or Lowe's shopping for flooring. Whose story I'm looking to see play out? Zach and Mindy, I don't want him to hurt her, because I feel like she is vulnerable. I don't know if she should be on this show quite yet. And he don't seem patient. So I don't know about Zach, but I'm hoping it works out. Taylor and Brandon, they seem to be two of the same side of the different sides of the same coin, trying to get my words together. So that should be okay. Mika and Mike, I think Mika is an alpha female, but Mike is less that, so that should work. They should balance well. He's got a lot going on, but he seemed to be like probably somebody that'll let her take the lead a little bit. So that should probably work. I think Austin and Jessica are probably what makes the most sense to me out of all these matches. I saw why they ended up together. Who else? That's it. Katie and Derek. Like I said, Katie, I think, is got a lot going on. Derek is going to have to be patient with her, but he seems like the patient type. So I'm looking forward to next week. I'm going to do my best to get these reviews up quicker. I'm thinking outside the box on how I can do this for 2020. So excited. Keep liking, subscribing, join the Locks and Coffee and Convo Revolution with me. I'm going to be here. We're going to ride this 2020 till the wheels fall off. I am so happy to be here. I hope you all are having an amazing new year. Shout out to Dr. Lovey, who put me on to this show. Y'all have a great and wonderful, wonderful, wonderful new year. Thank you.